everybody. Welcome back to our YouTube channel, Double Take. I'm Crystal.
And I'm Gaia.
And today we're here in Greystones County, Wicklow, and we're filming in the Youth Cafe, which we'll be talking a little bit about towards the end of this episode. So I'll hand it over to you, Gaia.
Yes. So, Crystal, do you remember when we were going through the scripts of what we're going to be talking today, what trending topic we're going to be talking today?
Yeah.
And you know what? When we were going through the scripts, something came to my mind. So I've texted it to you. Do you want to take a look at it?
Okay, but just one thing. We're friends, right?
Yeah. I feel so nervous.
I know, but
I feel so stiff.
I'm a bit nervous myself because if you know me, I don't like surprises.
Yeah, but trust me, this is a good surprise.
Okay.
Because you know, what I'm going to show you is based on what our topic is today.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and open it.
Yes.
Okay.
So this happened, I think, somewhere in September. So you're looking at a screenshot of one of our conversations, right?
I don't remember this.
So let me see if I can refresh your memory. So we were, I think, as usual, we were talking about something. We were, going on about random topics. And it got to a point where we were actually talking. We were texting each other and we were texting the same thing at the same time.
Yeah.
And I said, this podcast is going to be lit.
Yeah.
So that when we were talking about our script, when we were going through our script, that is what came to my mind, we have known each other, say, not that long now, or it's been
bit over a year.
Over a year.
Yeah.
And I think we've set in very much at ease with each other, some friends, when you meet, doesn't matter if you meet how late in life, you click well and it feels like you've been friends forever.
Yeah.
And when we were going through our script, which is all about friendship and different phases of friendship, this is what came to my mind.
Oh, that's lovely.
And I'm so happy I'm your friend. And I'm so happy you're my friend. And I'm your friend too. So, getting into our episode, I was thinking how we usually start our episode with a quiz. So this time, we're going to do a small quiz and we've named it Bestie Energy or Fake Vibes. So we have a couple of scenarios that we're going to read out, and I have some where Crystal is going to guess if it's a bestie energy or fake vibes. And then when Crystal says her scenarios, I'm going to guess if it's bestie energy or fake vibes. Are you ready, Crystal?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay.
Am I going first?
Okay.
Okay. So.
Mine are a bit long though. So.
Are they? Okay. I only have 3 that I liked.
Okay.
Yeah, it's easy enough. All right. So they hype you up when you're not in the room. Is that bestie energy or fake vibes?
Oh, definitely bestie energy.
Yeah,
yes.
That's what I think.
Yeah.
Because bestie energy, because that's real loyalty, right?
Yes, behind your back, definitely.
Yeah, fake vibes is when they're only supporting you while they're watching.
That is true. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. The next one is you share something exciting and they make it about themselves.
Oh, definitely fake vibes.
Yeah,
That screams attention.
Yeah, fake vibe. What do they call it? Like main character gone wrong.
Oh.
Right? Fake vibes.
Definitely.
So, but the bestie energy, they know how to celebrate you.
Yeah, and everything doesn't have to always be about you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And then the last one I have here is when you're down bad, they show up, they call, check in, or pull up with snacks.
Oh, you had me at snacks. Bestie energy.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yes.
That's love, right?
Funny because I think I have a similar one, just what you just read. Yeah. So that's definitely a bestie energy.
Yeah. I always say that's love because fake vibes is they basically disappear until you're fun again.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
They're there for the dopamine. So
Yeah.
yes, that is definitely fake vibes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So those are my 3.
Okay, so you know what? One of the scenarios that I had is what you just mentioned. So let me start with that, which is very similar. So how I wrote it is, they can tell that you're having a rough day, and they show up with snacks and they say, I've got a shovel ready, let's bury the bad day. Because
I have people in my head that say that to us.
Okay, so the next one. Their life's always a mess. So fights, there's work stress, family drama, something or the other every week. And every time you hang out with them, it's always them discussing their problems. And it's never about how are you? So what's going on with you? So
yeah, that is definitely fake vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen, I'm all for, but if it's just take and not caring, like it's not reciprocated back.
Yeah.
I just fake vibes.
Yeah. There's a lot of negativity around. Yes.
Yeah.
They constantly crave for, comfort me.
Yeah.
Okay, the next one. So you hang out and your friends keep putting themselves down, They say, oh, I did so bad, or my cooking tastes so awful. They know that they do a good work because there are moments when they brag about their work, but then they try to fish for compliments so that you could say, oh no, you're amazing, you're great. Bestie energy or fake vibes?
Fake vibes? Because they obviously know they're good.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, this is my last one. So every time you disagree, they throw out a teasing nickname like drama queen or Miss Sensitive. They say it, it come across very jokingly, but then every time when you want to share your feelings, they always nickname you.
Yeah, no, that's fake vibes.
Yeah,
don't get me wrong. I like, the teasing, the nickname, all that stuff. Like, I don't get offended by that because I like to laugh. But I only know if it's coming from like a good friend.
Yeah.
But if it's someone that's fake vibe energy, I don't receive that at all.
Yeah.
So,
I agree too.
Like how you want to go to Tesco's and get bananas.
But to be honest, I really needed to get bananas because I ran out of bananas and I have to have breakfast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this episode is about friends through the seasons, right? So there's different seasons in our life, and me being an adult and everything, I'm not going to release my age. When you're making friends, it's different in every phase of your life. Right? So how you make friends in school, you're going to realize when you go to uni or if you go to a trade school, whatever it is, making friends is completely different than how it was when you're going to school. And then from uni or trade school or whatever, when you become an adult and you're starting your life as an adult, making friends is completely different. So the whole point of talking about the different phases of friendships is for you to realize, in school, how friends are made and friendships are in school relationship-wise. That's not how it's going to be for the rest of your life. It changes.
Yeah, that's well said, yes.
Yeah.
Because, again, given the fact that I like to do a little bit of research,
yes.
I did dig into how, if there's any research, any articles or surveys on friendship, and guess what I found? So the Harvard Westlake, they did a survey in 2024, and this is actually the results based on the survey is like a research done for extensive period of time, and they found that 70% of the friendships that people make, they don't carry out after 7 years, like they fade after 7 years.
Okay.
70% of the friendships. And it's not because, you fall out. It's because, life happens. There are things that happen in your life where, you relocate, you get married, you get busy with children, or you found a job that stresses you out and all you can think about is your job. So most people who have friends, best friends, at high school, they really don't end up being best friends when they are in their 60s. Maybe, rare cases, you might end up with the real ones and you might be friends for like 70, 80 years.
Yeah.
But majority of the people, they move on with their lives. And sometimes, it's okay because you can still make a lot of friends.
Yeah.
So I did not leave the Irish population out of this. So I did take a look at some of the Irish surveys as well. So according to One for All, so there's a report called One for All, where they took a survey of 1,000 people in 2023. Like this is after lockdown, this is after the pandemic, where they found that the Irish people, 86% of the Irish people said that they value adult friendships more than the friendships they made back in school or college. What do you think, Crystal?
No, I agree with that. Looking back, well, I grew up with the military, so I moved every 3 years. Obviously, I'm friends, through social media and everything, but actually, like, staying in contact and everything.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I don't know if you know this about me. I always say that I am so bad at staying in touch with people.
Yeah.
But then, if you don't contact me and it's been, say, 4 or 5 years, and then you ring me out of nowhere, I'd be like, oh, I'm happy that you thought of me and, you rang, you took the time to ring me and to talk to me. And I would be very happy to just pick up from where we left off rather than feeling like, oh, you forgot me the whole time and now you want to have a chat. No, I know that I'm bad at keeping in touch with people. So for me, I'm just happy if people remember me and they're like, oh, how are you?
Yeah.
No, I'm just for a coffee.
Yeah, like I'm the same way as well. Like friends in America and everything, we might go a couple months without talking.
Yeah.
And then the next thing you know, like they'll say, can I ring you?
Yeah.
Or when can you talk? I need to talk about something, and I'm like, yeah, of course. And then I will ring them and we pick up where we left off.
Yeah.
And that's how, but like we both have an understanding that life goes on.
Yes.
Obviously we're in different countries.
Yes.
But it's nice when you can just pick up where you left off.
Oh, that's so true.
Yeah.
That's so true.
So.
I wonder how it is to make friends in the present world with social media and internet being so, a big face in our lives, because back in the days, I can, anytime I talk to my friends, we talk about the good old days. We remember about our school days. So I have...
School days are not good old days for me.
Yeah?
No.
I have a friend, so she and I have been friends since we were 5. And we're still friends. And every time, like we are friends where we don't talk to each other every day. Well, we do talk, sending memes to each other.
Yeah.
We can't call or send a text, but then we constantly send memes to each other.
Yeah.
So she and I have been friends since kindergarten, I'd say. And we are still friends. And every time we talk, like we talk once a month or even once in 6 months. And we always go back to those days when we had the most fun, where our lives did not involve a phone or the internet or social media. And we were just so, innocent, or we just experienced life as how it was.
I remember when I was going to school, it literally felt like this was like my whole world end all type situation. Because technically it is, but if I had known back then that this isn't actually how friendships and the vibe and the feels is going to be for the rest of my life, I feel like it would have been a lot easier for me.
Yeah.
So, but anyways, Gaia, can you share with us what it's like to make friends in uni? So you're transitioning from school, like primary, secondary school. Now you're going into uni.
Yes.
So kind of describe the difference in transition.
That is, I think when I think about making friends, I remember more about my school days more than uni, because I think I felt the pressure of having to make friends quickly. Because when I went to uni, I moved out of my town. Like, I'm from a small town, so I moved from my town and I was in a big city. So I was in a place where I almost didn't know anyone.
Yeah.
So a friend of mine who, we studied together in high school. So she and I, we joined uni together. So she was the only one I knew. So making friends was not that easy at uni, but I feel like the friends I have now are the ones that I made at uni. And yeah, the friends that I made at uni, they were actually one of the best that I'd say. Why are you laughing at me?
I thought I was smiling.
Oh, okay. Okay. So one such friendship that I can remember is, the one that somebody that I'm still friends with, and he has been the best friend that I can actually ever ask for, because he's been through the lowest moments of my life when I lost my brother.
Oh,
he
my gosh.
was there, I didn't have to say a word. He knew what had to be done, emotionally, mentally, helping me get through things. It was one of the hardest times in my life, and I really needed support, and
Yeah.
I'd say he stood by my side.
Yeah.
So I pray everyone has a friend like that.
Yeah.
So that was my uni phase, and I'm still friends with them, because the real ones when they stick with you even when you can't offer anything much.
Yeah.
And you are in a place where you need uplifting more than more than something that you can offer, and the real ones really stick through those
Yeah.
phases.
Oh, that's so great to have a friend like that.
That is so true.
Yeah.
So tell me, Crystal, how is it making friends when you move to a different country in your adult phase?
Yeah, I guess for me, I always jokingly say I don't want a lot of friends.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I always make friends wherever I go, like acquaintances, if
Yeah.
that makes sense. I don't know, I just like networking. That's always been my thing.
Yeah.
So, but I guess you could say, like, as an adult, I look at friends, just because of the fact that I have such a busy life.
Yeah.
I have work, family, things that I'm involved in the
Yes.
communities and everything. I tend to choose my friends wisely, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Granted, I try to make friends with everyone that I meet and everything, and if I see them, even if I've only met them once, I'll go up to them and say, hey, how are you?
Yes.
I'm that person.
That's how we became friends.
Yeah.
I 100% agree with you. You have this personality, this bubbling nature around you. Even though if you feel like you don't want to make friends, the way you are, the way you carry yourself, people want to be your friend, Crystal. So that's how I wanted to be your friend too.
Thank you. Yeah. So that's how I see it. And then as adults and everything, like I have so many different groups of friends that we hang out and everything. So I might, because they also have busy lives as well, we might decide to meet up. Like I have two groups of friends, separate groups of friends, one from where I previously worked at, and then friends that I made when I first moved to Ireland. And like even in both those groups, we plan, okay, like every 4 months or 5 months, we'll plan where we go out for dinner. And it's just great to catch up, pick up where we left off.
Yeah.
But that's what I like about friends as adults, is you don't have to be like, how do you say it?
Like constantly texting.
Constantly texting and telling, you need to keep me filled in on your life. That type of vibe.
Yeah.
That is so overwhelming for me. Like, that's why the friends I have in my life now, we can go a week or two or even a month without talking.
Yes.
And then if something comes up or just sending a quick chat, we just send a quick chat and pick up from there.
Yes.
That type of thing. So it's like reading a book and then putting your bookmark in it, putting it down, and then whenever I'm ready to read the book again, I just pick it back up and go where I left off. That's how I would describe adult friendships. And there'll be seasons in that where I might get really closer to a certain friend because of what they might be going through or I'm going through. And then it kind of drifts back and, it's kind of, but I know they're there if I need them.
Yes.
And it was completely different than going to school.
Yeah. I hear you. I think with my adult phase of friendship, all my friends have children. So now when I hang out, there's just kids everywhere, and I become the fun aunt.
The fun aunt.
To be honest, I do like being the fun aunt.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a different phase. So
Yeah.
friendships change, when you move to a different country, when you move to a different phase in your life, and that's okay. You lose friends, you make new friends, and that's not a bad thing. That's actually a good thing. You get to know different type of people. You see who are your people. So that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Yes. So, Crystal, talking about different phases of friendship in our lives, this reminds me of a friend that I made back in uni who always said, tell me who your friend is and I'll tell who you are.
Yes.
So you become like the person that you hang out with, and the Bible says the same as well. Do not be deceived. Bad company ruins good morals. So no matter how good or how well you want to be, if you hang out with the wrong crowd, you can get sucked into what your influences are, and even if you don't want to do something, you might end up doing it because of peer pressure. So always be wise when you choose friends. If somebody makes you feel uncomfortable or they push you to do something you don't want to do, I think it's okay to take a step back and say, let me think about it. I don't know if this is what I want to do. Yeah. Sometimes it could be a good thing, probably you're not comfortable singing or dancing, and your friend says, oh, let's try this. And that probably might turn out to be a good idea. And then, you never know, you might be a great dancer.
Yeah.
But then if you have a group of people who are influencing you that makes you uncomfortable, that goes against what you believe, your values, do not fall for it. Bad company ruins good morals.
Yeah, it makes me think of that visual where if you're standing like on a stage and there's someone on the ground floor and you're thinking, well, maybe I can help them,
Yeah.
It's easier for them to pull you down than it is for you to pull them up.
Yeah. So
So
true.
always being like discerning in that as well.
Yeah.
And for me, when I think of like friendships and everything, I think of this Proverbs.
Yeah.
It says a friend is always loyal and a brother is born to help in time of need. So for me, friendship is less about quantity.
Yes.
And more about, covenant, loyalty, and support through different seasons in life.
Yeah, that's true.
That's how I would describe friendships as an adult.
Yeah, I mean, you cannot have 15 best friends, can you?
I don't know, can you?
No,
if you're an extrovert.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Probably you can have friends, but then when it comes to best friends, you can't have everyone who's your friend being a best friend.
I'll be honest with you. After like school and everything, I cut out the whole best friend from my dictionary because it's just it makes me feel like a kid again, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
That whole you're my best friend, having that title.
Yeah.
So me personally, I don't even say like best friend or anything. I just have good friends.
Yeah.
Because they all play different roles in my life.
Yeah.
And I don't want to elevate one of them above the other.
Yeah.
And in different seasons, I can be closer to them in different areas. So that's my thought on that.
You know what, when you were talking about the example, like you were telling that if you're standing on a stage and your friend is like on the floor and it's easier for them to pull you down, you know what that reminds me of? I'm from a Indian background, so anytime if I've not told you already, I'm from India.
I think there's one in every episode.
Yeah, I'm from India.
You're very proud.
Yes.
That's good.
Yes. So this reminds me of what my mom used to say, anytime I get in trouble, I'd be like, oh, but my friend did this. If your friend jumps off a cliff, would you jump too? And I'd be like, in my mind, I think, yeah. But then now, that's not a very good idea. If your friend jumps off a cliff, no, you don't. So, Crystal, that brings us to the end of our episode. Do you have any practical tips for our viewers out there on making friends, or if you are in a different phase, say you are moving to a different country or a different place for uni?
Yeah.
Do you have any practical tips for our viewers?
Yeah, for me, I always say, right, if you're stuck to yourself, to your phone, you know, not interacting with people, you're not going to make friends.
Yeah.
So my advice would be, you know, get involved.
Yeah.
Get out there, like step out of your comfort zone. It's always going to be awkward and uncomfortable your first couple times, but it's worth it in the end, because then it's not going to be awkward and uncomfortable because you're creating different friendships. And I would say get involved in your local community, whatever it may be, whatever it is that you're interested in. You know, even for teens, we're here at the Tiglin Youth Cafe. They are always hosting something on the weekends, different events and everything, barista making, whatever it is. If you're interested in something like that, or just want to meet new people, get involved in that. Start talking, and you'll be surprised where the conversation leads and what friends you'll be making that you would have never made had you been stuck to your phone or isolated.
That's amazing, Crystal. Those are really great tips.
So if you're one of those people that wants to break away from your phone, build new friendships or connections, what I recommend is get involved in your local community. Here in Greystones, there's the Tiglin Youth Cafe. Here you can come just as you are. It's basically designed around the youth's voice, what it is, the needs and everything. You just come as you are. You can come and just hang out. There's classes you can take, sports, activities, whatever it is. It's a great way to connect and meet new people.
So this brings us to the end of our episode. So tag your main character hype crew below and share this to anyone you think needs to listen.
We would like to thank Tiglin's Youth Cafe for letting us film here today. We'll be sure to drop the link in the description below so that you can check it out for yourself. And this is our double take. We'll see you on our next episode.
Bye.
Bye.